basically like a wood stove, only runs on pellets. For that, we have a $1,000 incentive with the retirement of an existing wood stove, and that incentive goes up to $1,500 for low-income qualified homeowners. Now, an advanced cordwood boiler burns cordwood, the same as a fireplace would. The incentive for that is $4,000 based on 20% of the installed cost. Small pellet boiler with thermal storage, 25% of the installed cost, and there's more information on that on the website. There's a bunch of links all throughout these slides that you can follow to get that information on, sizing and all that. I guess on to small commercial. Again, advanced cordwood boilers, $4,000, up to 20% of the installed cost, and similarly, small pellet boilers, 25% of the installed cost, up to $20,000 based on size. I guess I should have mentioned for both of these systems, there's an additional $4,000 available with the retirement of an outdoor wood boiler, and $2,000 for the retirement of a whole house wood furnace. And I guess to talk a little bit more about these programs specifically, because they're run a little bit different than a large commercial. The small commercial and residential are actually run through our installer network. We have pre-qualified installers that you would, if you're interested in doing a project, you would qualify or contact one of our pre-qualified installers, and they will, do the paperwork necessary to join the program and participate and all that. And the incentive is paid to the installer and then passed on to the customer. So it's not paid directly to the customer, just to be clear. Large commercial projects, as anything over 300,000 BTUs an hour. For a single boiler installation, it's 20% of the installed project cost with a maximum of $100,000. A tandem boiler installation where you would, instead of using one large boiler, you would use two smaller boilers, is 25% of the total installed cost, up to $150,000. Large commercial projects, I guess similar to small commercial projects, are required to be sized at less than or equal to 60% of the design day load of the building. Thermal storage is a requirement. Thermal storage is a requirement for all of these, except for the wood stove or the pellet stove. Systems integration is unbelievably important, and it can be very difficult. So it's not something to be taken lightly. If you're going to pursue one of these projects, you want to make sure that this new pellet system is going to be talking with your building and the current heating system the way that it should be. We are obviously available to help guide you through that if need be. We've got technical consultants on board that can help, as your project moves through design, build, and all that. We're here for support services. We can help with a lot of those things if you have questions or you feel like you need some guidance. I guess these are just a couple of examples of technology that's currently out there in the market. This is a 80,000 BTU size boiler from Eagle World, located here in Troy, New York. So it's a New York built product. You'll see it pictured on the left-hand side there, along with the buffer tank or storage tank. This is probably a residential size unit, so it would be small commercial residential to see a storage tank that size. And behind it, on the first slide, and next to it on the slide over, is the bulk pellet storage bin. Another requirement to be eligible for this program is that you have to have bulk pellet storage outside of the building. Reason being, there are some concerns with carbon monoxide off-gassing from pellets. So New York State wants to, obviously err on the side of caution and require that you store them outside. This is an example of a storage bin for those pellets. I guess following over to the next slide is the next picture on the last slide. This is a bulk pellet delivery truck designed to pull up to your house pretty much like a fuel truck would, and deliver pellets into your bulk storage. So you're not lugging bags of pellets everywhere. Okay, now we can move on to the next one. This is an example of, I guess you could call an energy shed. Everything required for the system is housed inside this shed. It can be pulled up and delivered and dropped on the side of your home or business. The boiler is in there. The thermal energy storage is in there. The pellet storage is in there. It's kind of hard to tell that the pellet storage is in there, but if you look at the lower left-hand corner picture, there's a small window there. It's actually a sight glass that looks into the storage bin that's built into that overall shed, and you can see the level of the pellets that you have in there. This is an example of a cordwood boiler. This is from EconoBurn, also another New York company. I think they're located out near Buffalo. Again, with these systems, since it's a two-stage gasification style, combustion unit, very important that you have seasoned wood. You want to keep your wood dry. If it's wet, it's not going to burn the way it's supposed to. Example of how this particular install chose to, address that issue. They built a woodshed, which is not uncommon. Next one, yeah. So this is a thermal storage unit that's operating off of that advanced cordwood boiler. It's actually, I think, located in the basement of the house. If anybody has any questions on, any of this stuff, obviously just send it in and we can talk more about it. These are examples of qualified pellet boiler technologies. There is a list on our website that I think there's only 3 here shown, but I think right now we have 5 different boilers that are qualified. So if you have a question on if you're buying the right one, go on the website, pull up the list and look and see if it's on there. Again, advanced qualified technologies for advanced cordwood. There's 2 pictured here. There might be another 1 or 2 that have been added to the list. We're constantly, asking the market what's out there and who wants to be qualified and who thinks they produce a qualifying technology. So if your product isn't on that list, go back and check somewhat regularly. It might be. If you feel that it should be, keep going back. This is, as part of the initiative in the workforce development portion, we developed a hydronics and high efficiency biomass training, probably mostly initially geared towards installers, because we really felt there was a need out there to educate installers on the technology. But I would also highly recommend it to anybody that's interested in doing one of these projects, installing one of these systems into their building or even home. A lot of really useful information. Information on the training can be found on our website, and I'm not sure where they are in their current training schedule, but it's updated regularly. They try to offer them throughout the state so that people don't have huge travels or huge distances to travel in order to attend one. Thank you. Obviously, my name is Matt McQuinn here at NYSERDA. If you have any questions about what NYSERDA has to offer you, even if you're not large commercial, if you're small commercial, residential, feel free to reach out to me. I can hopefully answer some of your initial questions, and if I can't, I can direct you to the right people that can. And I encourage you to visit the website often to check for updates. Things are always changing. We're always trying to evolve this program, so come back and check. Thanks.
Terrific. Thanks, Matt.